So today I'm here not to talk about entrepreneurship or technology or startups. I'm here to talk about you and me, and the you and me that not many outside see. The special in us. That special bit, that special element in us that makes us different from one another. I'll start with this very interesting picture of where's Wally. As children, we've all seen this, we've all played this game where we were looking for Wally, and we knew that there's this guy who looked something like this with a striped shirt and a blue jeans and a wobbly hat. We would look for him, identify, and we win. Sadly, that's how the world looks at you and me. The world likes to attribute us with how we look like, with what we wear, with what we present ourselves to be. If someone's tall, we'll call him Lambu. If someone's dark, we'll call him Kalu. And if someone's rough, typical, we'll call him Jat. And when we do that, slowly, these friends, they ultimately start acting like a Jat or a Kalu or a Lambu. They start believing that maybe this is their identity and this is who they want to be and this is how they will be liked. In this effort to be something that you would like, they sometimes miss out on something very important. That something very important is their real self, their real potential. Now, how do they find their real potential? Today, I'm here to talk about something that's called impact. My life has always been driven by impact. Ever since I was a school kid to this date when I'm old, haggard, and bored. Look at this ground. This is a snapshot of what happened in Brazil, the World Cup final. 22 players play inside the stadium. 74 plus thousand people sit inside the stadium cheering for them, and millions outside of that stadium cheered for them. The impact sport had on so many of us was that we're either with one side or the other. Either our nationalities was the reason why we supported one team, or our personal likes and dislikes. But see how sport had an impact on so many of us from different countries, different ethnicities, different religions. This too is a picture of impact. But it's a different sort of impact. What is there that we see different in this picture? It's this white boy, who the world may call white. He's found time out of his life and out of his schedule to come and stand in the heat and the dust of some part of South Asia, and he's trying to empower these kids. He's trying to have some impact on their lives in his own small way. So now it is up to you, totally up to you, who you want to be. Do you want to be amongst those thousands and millions who watch football and cheer for a team? Or do you want to be amongst those very few who would go out there and teach football to a few people? It's your choice. The choices you make for yourself. How do we get to impact? That's the question. For me, there are three things you do in life to get to that level of impact where you have the ability to start affecting the lives of others. First thing is clarity. What do I mean by clarity? I mean clarity of belief, clarity of thought, clarity of goals. Remember, if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. And you should not do that. So, if you are clear, first thing you get is the confidence within yourself to achieve anything and everything that you dream of. How do I reach to that level of clarity now? The biggest tool that once my professor in Scotland taught me was self-reflection. Stand in front of the mirror every single day, look at yourself, and ask yourself how you spent that day. What were the things that you did right? What were the things that you did wrong? What are the things that you will not repeat? A real, clear analysis of your own self. If you can be true to yourself, that would reflect out in your personality. That would bring you out as someone stronger, as someone clear. And that's very important too. Next to clarity, what clarity does basically is that it gives you that amount of energy, that amount of faith, that if you find a direction in life, that direction ultimately becomes your passion. And that's the next step to having impact. You can never, ever have impact on other people's lives if you don't have the passion for what you do. Passion is an extreme want or desire to have something, to achieve something. And whenever I think of passion, this picture once again comes into my mind. The white boy. There must be some passion, something driving him for him to do all this with his life. What is it that I do now that gives me more passion than anything that more joy than anything that I ever did before? It is Plan 9. How many of you know here about Plan 9? Not many, maybe. Some do. Plan 9 is a typical incubator. That's how the world sees us. That's how the world sees us. So the world sees us like this. Here's an incubator in Pakistan that has produced 32 successful startups, that has raised money. People from all over the world come into Pakistan just to see startups at Plan 9. They are inspired, they're in shock that a country known for all the wrong reasons is also producing the best technology, the best products. Well, this is the cover of the book. I am not here to talk about all this. I am here to talk about what has made this brand what it is today and will make it even bigger in times to come. It is two things that I've talked about before: clarity and passion. My team, myself, and all our startups are driven by two very core things. Vision. The vision is to have impact. Improve the life of those around us. Bring more joy into a country that needs joy. So we're shamelessly patriotic at Plan 9. And we let everyone who comes from any part of the world know that yes, we are patriotic. This is a snapshot of how Plan 9 looks like. For me, Plan 9 is more like Willy Wonka's, Charlie's, and Chocolate Factory. It's a happy place. It's a colorful place. It's not about technology. It's about giving hope. It's about letting people know, young people know, the 20-somethings of today, letting them know that you can have your own empire. It's about letting them know that you can be masters of your own fate. And we do that by instilling a culture of joy and happiness and confidence. And that's how we live at Plan 9. There are many things that we've done here that a typical startup incubator would do in any part of the world. But I've spoken in international platforms and I've told them we're not a typical startup incubator. We've gone beyond. Actually, maybe we've just backtracked and gone backwards. We've tried to see what is it that the country needs the most. It needs startups, yes. But how many startups can I produce in 6 months or a year? 20, 30? That's not enough to have impact. So how do we have impact? So in that quest for impact, what we've done is we've gone to universities, over 100 universities across Pakistan. Some you don't even know of, some you've never even heard. I've been to some universities where there are no proper roads to reach that university, but there's students there. When you go talk to them and show them a platform where they can come, an ecosystem where they can be secure, where their failure can be absorbed, and all we want them to do is think big. Think of an idea that you can do, and we'll help you, and you can make millions. Bring money and joy in the country. So that desire is taking steps. We've reached to 15 universities so far who agreed to be our partners, and they're setting up incubators with us. So what I call my incubator, remember, is the Willy Wonka's factory. It's that place of joy. So these little ions of joy would be present in every university across Pakistan. We want entrepreneurs, people who want to dream and achieve those dreams coming from all parts of Pakistan. So this was one thing we did. This picture is actually a painting. It's not a painting, it's a cloth with handprints of kids on it. When you come to Plan 9, the first thing you see is this. You will not see that in any other incubator ever in the world. Why? Because we, in the quest to have impact, have gone even backwards. How? What we've done is, We went to schools around Lahore and within Lahore. We've gone to so many schools, some public schools, some Tartke school, HSN College, Deacon House, Grammar. We've got kids from all over Pakistan, from all socio-economic circles, and we made them sit on desks together. Why? What's our pitch to them? What is it that a kid comes from an incubator? Why would we do that? A sixth grade kid or a seventh grade kid, when we go tell him, what do you like doing? I like to write. Let's make him a blogger. What do you like doing? I like to design. I like to draw. Let's teach him Photoshop. Let's make him a design expert. And that's how I love playing games. You'll make games, my friend. And we've collected people from all over. Every 6 months, every 4 months, kids come to that night. Now, a kid from HSN College, whose father owns 6 big factories, and a kid from SOS Village, who does not even have a parent, sits together. They don't talk to each other initially. They don't like each other. But when we give them a common goal, which is to make a game together, their success and failure is dashed. After 6 days, trust me, they're playing, they're running around, they're playing football together, they're playing cricket together, they're playing table tennis together. They become friends. They think beyond their socio-economic chains. And if that can happen, that will bring impact. That's what we feel, and that's what Spot the Difference is all about. When when you really, really want something in life, and you think about it all the time, you dream about it. And that's that last step to achieving that impact. If you start dreaming about something so much that you know you're gonna do it no matter what, that no matter what bit is what can do this to you. You stop thinking and you start working. You start trying. Success is a relative term. Everybody has a different definition. So I'm not going to talk about success. I'm going to talk about impact. You can have impact when you have action mixed with planning. So if you keep planning, it's not good enough. If you have action plus planning, it works, and it has worked. Now, before I come to the close of my talk, I'm going to share with you a story. One fine day, I was sitting in my office. A father comes in, a middle-aged man, knocks my door and says he needs 5 minutes. I give him those 5 minutes. He talks about his child, a kid who's 13-year-old. He's Rafi. He says that Rafi has all of this. He has muscular dystrophy. I'll explain what dystrophy is. Basically, his muscles are getting weaker by the day. He can't walk properly. He's an odd man out. I asked him, why did you bring him to Plan 9? It's a technology incubator. He says, because I saw that there's a vision that drives this place. And what the schools don't give, maybe this place would. It made me think about Plan 9 so differently after that. I brought that kid inside. He was stammering. He was not talking to me. He wasn't looking at me. I tried asking him the typical questions. What do you like? What do you like eating? What's your favorite movie? No good answer. Very unimpressive child. Just have a look at him again. Very unimpressive child. He's not laughing like that. This is a year back. Clearly, I was feeling sympathy for him. I wanted to help him, didn't know how. His father then said, he likes to code. He likes to program. And I laughed at him. A 13-year-old? You serious? And out of sheer joy, out of sheer disinterest, I said, here's a board and here's a marker. Write for me an algorithm. When I was younger and I wrote that algorithm, it took me 14 lines to write that algorithm. 14 lines and at least few hours. I was still busy looking at my papers to ask him what I could ask next and what I could think about, and he puts the pen back on my table. He wrote that code in 3 lines. And it was correct. I saw talent. I requested him to join me as an intern. become the youngest intern at Plan 9. Every now and then, we used to have a chat together. He would walk with me in the corridors. I'd ask him, how's it going? What are you doing? He'd tell me, this is what I'm trying to do. I slowly started to see him coming out of that shell. He was speaking. He still couldn't walk properly. He was talking to me. And iOS was his first love, the thing he wanted the most. I want to develop iPhone apps. Okay, that's what you want to do. We'll help you do it. Today, my friends, Armasoft is a big software company based out of Lahore. Has hired him, a 13-year-old, as an iOS development lead who has people with 10 plus years of experience, and he gets a salary of over 100,000 rupees. Problem is, he does not have a background. He's only 13 years old. When he came to me with his offer letter, a few weeks back, he goes to me, here's what I've achieved. Now you know what? Now I'll be able to pay for my physiotherapy myself. I said, is the physiotherapy going to take 100,000 rupees a month? No, the rest I'm going to give out to those people who are like me and who need help. A 13-year-old, my friends. This platform, if you give such platforms to people, this is what they do. They bring the very best out of themselves. And that's how I'd like to close my talk. We are a country which is known for all the wrong reasons. Youth, the 20-somethings today, will be bureaucrats, judges, leaders, managers of tomorrow. Take control of your lives. Rafe, a 13-year-old, has found a special in him. It is time you and I do the same. Thank you very much.